What's going on, Broncos Country? Welcome to Halftime Hash with Spotty again. Bourbon Broncos and no BS here for tailgate, here for halftime. So, guys, make sure you're joining us and checking it in. Ooh, I've got some additional people out here. David, what's going on, my man?
What is happening, y'all? Sorry. Yeah, sorry I don't have everything set up, everything. Yeah, I'm a little bit behind. I'm moving right now. Everything is in chaos in here. But Broncos up 21-3, Spotty. How we feeling right now?
I'm feeling good. You know what? I'm feeling good, especially after, let's call a spade, after the interception. I was a little worried about how Bo would rebound. Rebounded in a big way.
Big way. A couple huge throws on that drive. That play to Mims puts it in exactly the right spot for Marvin to go get it. And then, of course, that placement on that ball to Sutton, not only the placement, but the arm strength, the rifle it in there, the confidence to just bullet that ball in there and put it in Sutton's gut. And that's how you answer a turnover.
I wish people could see our group chat. Like, at times when we're chatting, between each other during the game. And I said it earlier, F it. Courtland Sutton down there somewhere, man. You think he's probably going to come down with the ball. And considering how, there was one game, a team planned for him, and they took him away from us. And we saw how that went. But I loved seeing us target Courtland early and often.
Yeah, absolutely. And you see the other weapons getting in there too. You see the offensive plan starting to form a little bit. You see Marvin Mims getting more involved the way we wanted him to. You see a couple of plays going Pat Bryant's direction. That touchdown, the attempted touchdown throw that he didn't end up reeling in, still makes that big contribution on the block to get Mims in on the touchdown. You're seeing Troy Franklin making key plays to keep drives going and, making tough yards over the middle. It's starting to come together. It's still not there yet. Obviously, we still got a lot of ways to go. Bo Nix 26 passing attempts in the first half. Don't really love that. Obviously, The interception, we don't love that either. But other than that, definite, really encouraging signs from the offense in a game where, we said it in the pregame, Spotty, right? This was the game that you really needed to see, like, something's happening. Something's happening.
Yeah, a lot of things are happening. I'm not saying that I played a part, but as soon as I poured some whiskey, the game started to get a little better. So I'm not taking any credit or anything like that. But the second thing I'll say about it is, how about the run game?
Yeah. Very encouraging signs from the run game. Harvey, it's really working up the middle. Anytime it feels like they're trying to stretch runs, they're not having a lot of success to the outside, but it feels like both Dobbins and Harvey are just having their way going between the tackles tonight. And that's really, really encouraging to see.
I think my only beef right now is that Sean Payton didn't run the football on 4th and 1. Yes, it was an egregious and it was a bad interception. But if we're averaging 5 yards a freaking carry, get the ball in the end zone. Just hand it to JK. Shoot, you can hand it to Prentice if you wanted to.
Complete agreement. Just hand it. Go straight ahead. Like in the third down earlier. Let's not, guys. We don't need to go outside on 3rd and 2. We could go straight ahead. Get 2 yards. Let's go. Come on.
Yeah. Other than that, I think the way that this game is going, a little bit of what we thought how it was going to go, at least on the Bengals offensively. It seems they're trying to run the ball with Chase Brown and 1st and 2nd down, and then they're trying to dink and dunk their way down the field.
Yeah, and it's we were hoping that we would see, Jake Browning is a guy who can he can hurt you. He's shown with Zach Taylor at times they had the ability to get things going, and there's a couple of times this game where you saw it. They just missed on some really big connections. That could have been big plays that would have changed the entire face of their offensive performance. they've had 2 or 3 of those that they just haven't connected on by inches in the first half. And that's been the difference for this Broncos defense, keeping it, now it looks 21-3. It looks like the Broncos are stomping it, right? But Spotty, as we've been watching, there's just 2 or 3 plays in this game they're going the Broncos' way. Whereas, in the past 2 weeks, not so much. Even with the interception with Bo Nix, they're getting the majority of the plays to go their way tonight that really haven't gone their way in the last couple of weeks, and they've been really game-shifting plays.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. But, a lot of the things that we want to do, I think that with our success in today's run game, it's opening up all those little things. I will still say this, David, and I have to throw in something about this every single time. Sean Payton thinks he's too smart sometimes. Okay, Sean Payton thinks he's too smart. He's like, okay, 4th and 1. How about a play action boot to the right-hand side, right? This play can't go wrong. Or some of these plays where I'm like, why are we throwing a screenplay to a tight end / fullback when a team blitzes at the lowest count of any team in the NFL?
I get you. It's not that you're wrong. It's just that. And it's so infuriating, Spotty, because you're right. And that's the thing. I don't think it's, here's where I get, where I disagree the most with your critique of Sean Payton overall, is that he's out of date. And I don't think that's the case. I really do think Sean Payton keeps up with the latest trends. I think he knows how to put together a modern offense and still do it the way he wants to. I will say, he thinks that genius card, like that flashes in his own head a lot, and you can see it happening in real time sometimes, and it leads him to make really dumb coaching mistakes sometimes. But that's the infuriating thing. It's like when it works, it's awesome. When it doesn't work, 2 out of 5 times we're going, this is upsetting, but we're still up 21-3. When it doesn't work, when it fails 0, all out of 5 times and a half, then you're hosed. Then you're behind. So yeah, that's the kind of the Sean Payton experience in a nutshell. It feels like to me.
I mean, you're right. I mean, I can nitpick this, right? When I can find the little things immediately off my head. There's probably about 50 other things that I don't even see, right? Sean Payton actually is a genius. Did you see it? Is the RJ Harvey play call?
Yeah, right. The guy's open as fuck. He's got the clear outs going, the safety gets dug out by the post route, and then RJ Harvey slows down on the route, and the ball goes a yard over his head. And it's so that's where sometimes the play designs really are that good, and you see it, and the players are just this far. But you're right. No, sometimes it is just absolutely maddening to watch him go, dude. You went elbow deep in the bag when you probably needed to go about wrist deep there.
Okay. What I'm really catching, and Gary is right on this, David and I actually are agreeing on this. It's just that we have different ways of looking at it. Okay.
David, for sure, Gary. For sure.
Tell me, what else do you see, man? What about this game do you think that we could even improve upon? I know we're up, but what can we improve on?
I'm glad that the Broncos have put the clamps on the Bengals rush game a little bit. It's another game where that running defense just hasn't really been up to snuff. And now that they're down 21-3, they're going to have to try and get away from it and pass their way back into the game. So we're not going to see as much of it. But, another game where it's we really miss Malcolm Roach. And now I think he's eligible to come off the injured reserve this week. So would be great to have him back if we can. This is really, this is what I want to see more than anything else from Keith now. Don't be cute, be dominant in the second half. Don't go out there with a 21-3 lead and play around and start thinking it's time to experiment. Go out there and score another 2 touchdowns. Go out there and score on this first opening drive, run the ball down the Bengals' throat again, do your thing. And so, you've been able to impose your will at times tonight as an offense. Just go out there and do it again. Do that consistently before you start showing off the flashy stuff in the Sean Payton playbook,
I'm gonna have to highlight Jose here and use this to shamelessly say you're just gonna have to listen tomorrow after a Broncos win on our flagship show on Tuesday night. So definitely
right.
Make sure you guys are tuning in to hear not only what we feel about this game and potentially next game, but of course David and I do the pregame podcast later in the week, so you'll have to look into that. We'll get it out a little earlier than normal, hopefully. Life gets ahead of you sometimes. So
for sure.
But just to kind of go back to what you said, I totally agree with you. They're going to have to pass the ball in the second half to get back in the game. And I mean, it's almost the exact same thing that they did last week. So when my worry about them and running the football is probably going to ease up a little bit, I would actually guarantee we actually get the ball with first. So if we get points up with the first drive after halftime, the Bengals are going to definitely be in a throw every down. I wouldn't be surprised if we see Jake Browning throw 40 times by the end of this game. If he's not already, I mean, he's got to be at 20-something already, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, and he's only got 66 yards passing to show for it at the moment. So, yeah, they're definitely going to have to.
Yeah. Props to Riley Moss. I said it a little in the message. There was the first play, but most everything else, I believe that Riley's playing well.
Absolutely. We've been talking about it all season. It's like they've been throwing at Riley Moss every other gosh darn play. So, yeah, he's going to give up a play to T. Higgins and Ja'Marr Chase. He's going to give up a play. Yeah, it's going to happen. But he's also holding his own. Any cornerback in the league is going to have trouble and give up a play when they're being thrown at 8 times and a half, and their opponent is T. Higgins and Ja'Marr Chase. Any cornerback in the league. Pat Surtain would have given up a play too. Riley Moss is doing exactly what you could ask for as a number 2 corner in the NFL. Exactly what you want.
T. Higgins is a big dude. And I don't know if anybody realizes that. We talk about Ja'Marr Chase all the time, which we see what they're doing. They're trying to get these guys over the middle. I believe my one gripe right now is Alex Singleton, which we'll get into that another time. But T. Higgins is a big guy, everybody. So just remember a 6'5", 225-pound wide receiver. That's like DT size, and we know what he was doing. So
for sure. Guys, looks like we're about to kick off the second half. So we will send you back to your local stations. Thank you so much for joining us at the Halftime Hash. We will see you tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Mountain Time for the Bourbon Broncos and No BS show. Thanks again for joining us, guys. We're going to throw it back to Troy and Buck. They can handle it from here. But as always, go Broncos.
Go Broncos.
And we're going to enjoy the hell out of the second half. Thanks, guys.
Hell yeah. Well, we don't need the outro. Got it.